Hi, it's David here with Futures Trading. I appreciate all of you who have joined since the last video. I know it's at least 40, I want to say about 43 of you who have joined since the last upload, and that was about a little over 2 months ago. I am not coming back, but I did want to provide you guys some new information because I know a lot of you have contacted me saying that they just comes back, the price comes back all the time. So I want to put something here in the library that can help, of course, the newcomers as well as those that have been here since my departure. Want to help you. So let's put something in this library. I want to try to give you at least 3 videos. So I want to give you 3 videos all in real time because that's what's stopping me out, stop anyone out. It's real time, not hindsight. So looking left is fine. I did one for you, left, right trader. Try to give you some principles to go with if you're going to look left. But it's important that you do real time. And so I want to give you some information to help you with that. If you're new to the channel, this is some real time information that you can go ahead and take a look at and familiarize yourself with it. I suggest you do that. I'm going to try to touch on the trend just for about 2 minutes, just to kind of bring you up to speed, being that you, again, are new. Thank you for joining the channel. If you don't mind, please hit the like button. Hit the like button. All right. And if you don't want to help anyone, don't subscribe. Just don't, because that's not what the community is all about. Not paying for any views, likes, or subscribers. This is organic information and it's invaluable. So I'm trying to give you priceless information, and it's universal. Everything I'm going to show you, even today, is universal. You can apply it to any chart, any market, okay, any market, any time frame. All right. So I want to make sure I tell you that. I told you guys that they'll get up to, let me say this, 18.5, 19.5. I told you that. I left the link below one of these videos. I told you that back in August when they was headed down. I said, they'll go to 14.5, turn around, go up to 18.5, 19.5. And so you can click one of those links below the video. It'll show you which video it was. It was back in August. Well, I sent out an email, and I want to give you guys a chance to benefit from the things that I am telling people. All right. So really important. I said, expect a bearish April. This was in March 31st. I sent this email out. All right. Now, I did say if they wanted to end positive, which I didn't think they would, that's why I sent the email out, expect it in May. All right. So now, let's take a look at the 19th. So this was the 19th, side by side. There you go. All right, that was the 19th. They were on the low. Now, I'm going to put this video out and help you with this as well because I believe they may be up to something. Now, the color is just not in the bars. That's all it is. I took the color out, and so that's that same move there. They actually pulled down there coming off that low. Now, let's take a look at this, and we're going to hurry up and dive into all of this information. 9:30 here. I got another rule I want to put in front of you to trade with. We're going to come back to that in just a moment. Just want to give the new trader, if you're new to the channel, I want to give you some information to go with. Trend, 7 bars. Try to get 7 green bars closing higher. Bullish bars, they have to close higher than the prior. Don't count any of the ones in between. Don't do that. Once you get 7 of them, I want you to project that distance forward, and they should give you just that. And you can apply the opposite to the downside. You never saw 7 red bars down in any of this. All right, so there's your 7 red bars down. There's the center of that trend, and they should go that distance, especially if they don't want to take out that short. All right, so they made that distance. You have a trend here. The center of the trend, they have a trend failure, so they did not make it. So here's a downtrend here. They made the distance. Now they turned the corner. All right, so they managed to turn the corner here. Let me grab this chart if it'll allow me. And they made a trend here. There's the center of the trend. They pulled that down to it, and there's the distance. They made it. So let's do this really quickly here. I don't want to take up a lot of your time. I just drew this zone in here because of something I'm about to start explaining to you. All right, so I drew that in here and drew that zone here for this bar. I do believe that they can head down to this 555 if they don't plan on doing just to come right back up tomorrow and just go straight. So be careful. I don't like this bottom, so I think they can get through it. I absolutely believe that they can do this. Now, this is a threshold. I want you to pay attention to this. I'm going to give you a couple things to look at to help you with your timing. All right. So that threshold is important. They may reach into it and then head back down. If they're going to trade downward and you're trying to catch momentum, the live bar trading needs to be below. Well, this is the up. Let me do the down. Let me do the down because we're doing down too. The live bar needs to be trading below the close. And once that happens, you don't want them to come back this way more than 30 ticks. Now, can they absolutely do that? Yes, they can, but that's not what you want to see. You want to get them to go this way once they come back across that close. And again, 30 ticks back above here would just be absolutely criminal. Now, can they rotate back up here and go higher? Yes, they can. I'm just letting you know a rule of thumb. That's just simple. Here's the threshold of the bar. I'm not going to give you the specs. I can't do that, but just visually put it together. The mid is in between the lines. The mid is in between the lines. All right. So it's not Fibonacci. So don't think that. I don't do that. I don't do that at all. All right. So it's not that, but just deduce from what it is that you're visually seeing what's the threshold there. You can go with that. All right. So there's the wick zone. This is a wick zone. Every bar, I want you to know that every time a bar pulls into the bar, I want you to know how far it's supposed to go. You don't want them to break the back of the bar. Clearly, that's the stop placement. So how far in the bar is too far? I'm telling you right now, and we can watch this for roughly about 20 minutes, and I will let you go. So you need to see a wick come into this area. And then, of course, once they head back across that close, same information that I just told you down here below, you don't want to see these guys come up the bar 30 more ticks back across that close. Can they do that? Yes, they can. But I want to have you know, once they leave that close, once they leave the close, you should expect them to go, what's reasonable. Now, what's reasonable is not taking an entry here and expecting 100 ticks here. That's not it. What's reasonable is this: the bar itself. Just go for that. It's reasonable to think that they can at least do that without stopping you out, and you would have had just that off that close here. Now, this one here, if you would have took it, with them coming back outside that close, what's reasonable again is the bar that they're leaving. All right, so that's reasonable. Now, I'm not advising you in any way. Give me just 1 second. All right, so I'm back. So what's reasonable, do forgive me. What's reasonable is if it's going to let me grab it. All right, so what's reasonable is that they go that far, okay, and they made it, and you wouldn't have got stopped out, and no, you didn't have to have your stop way up there. So I want to help you in real time. That's important. Real time professionals know things. That's absolutely important. We don't do a lot of risks. I don't want to have the market draw down on me really bad in order to get my trade to work. I'm not doing that. Matter of fact, I made some tools. These color bars here, the levels, these color bars here, the levels, these pressure arrows, all of this is calculating something different, and it's not no kind of oscillator support and resistance tool. It's not none of that, okay? Really important stuff. Each one of these pressures, and this is a 15-second chart I got it reading, and even the arrows, they all three of these are calculating something absolutely different. They're not calculating the same information. And I have it on the 1 minute too. It's just slower on the 1 minute. It's a lot faster on the 15-second. And this is a 1 second chart you're looking at. So and all bars aren't colored because all activity isn't of any use to me. It's only certain movement that I'm concerned about. Okay. So when the market produce colored bars down here in this area here, you want to see if they can absorb it. So you see them kind of hitting the gas, willing to aggressively sell it, but you got a fight going on down here on that wick. I don't like this bottom. I believe that they can get through it. I just don't know when they're going to do that. The goal is this. Here's that zone. They pull right into that zone. They should run this low. Absolutely. They pull right into that zone. You got the rejection. And let's see, can they stick to what it is that they're suggesting? All right, remember, you want the close outside of the close, and you don't want them to come back into that bar 30 ticks. You just don't want that. You can do it for whatever market you decide. You can do it for whatever market you decide. Okay, it may be something a little bit more on your market. I don't know. I'm just telling you, I'm an NQ trader, been trading for many years. If you ever notice the trading space, and I want to say this to you, what's happening with all of the prop firms that's out there, and no, I don't have any kind of link below for you to click on because I don't support any kind of prop firms or any brokerage accounts. I don't do any of that, so don't ask me. What's happening with the trading space, they trade too, okay? Now, if you notice, I've been doing this for many years. If you notice, markets have been pulling to the back of pivots, back of the bars, and then turned around and going the other way. That's drawdown stuff, okay? So who's profiting from that? Because remember, I told you, whenever you complain about something, there's someone else that's able to profit. That's how the world works. Everything in this life, if you're suffering, I guarantee you there's someone that can benefit from what it is that you're having trouble with. I promise you that. So when the market is drawing down on you significantly, just take a look at the trading environment. There's a lot of prop firms. You even got traders online pushing that stuff when I know realistically, psychologically, they're trying to train you to be afraid of risk and blowing out. I'm going to do my best to try to put in this trading space some information that can help traders with real time and how gauge activity, how far it needs to come in. Again, been trading professionally for a long time. I want to help you. If you don't mind, hit the like button, share it with a friend. Try to get someone else the help that they need. That's the whole reason why I left, because I don't want to waste my time, neither would I want to waste yours. Really important that we value, the moments that we live. Okay, so I don't want to waste time. I'm not up here to waste time. If I'm helping you, do the best that you can to share the information, and I would probably do my best to come back up here and give you more information. But as it stands, no, I just want to probably put maybe 3 videos up here just to give the channel some more useful information, and of course to just have it so the library can be utilized by anyone who wants to learn, realistically wants to learn. Now, if you're a professional, and being a professional is no more than just having politeness towards those that's in your profession. That's all it is. It's not about millions of dollars and all that stuff. It's not that. So if you can just make $1 consistently a day, I would take my hat off to you. Congratulations. You are absolutely doing what you are supposed to do, and that's go to work and get paid. Don't have these guys taking advantage of you and taking your money from you if you can prevent that. And I'm doing my best now to try to help you with that. So I told you how far it can go suggestively, and it went that far. Now, are they working on a trend? Let's begin to count the bars again. I don't want to be before you long. Just want to give you a little bit of information. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6. That's not 7. So they can come back this way. So how far are they willing to go back up? Should they want to go back up? Let me tell you. So here, go with whatever the market is telling you. That's all you can do. That's your best bet. Go with what it is that they're suggesting. So that way, if you're, in the trade and it don't want to go, it's not what you thought. It's not what I'm telling you. It's what the market is telling you. And it's dynamic. It's doing it every day, all the time. All right. So be sure to listen to what it is that they're suggesting at all times. Be sure to do just that. All right. Really important that you do that. All right, hindsight, again, do not stop me out. It's not stopping you out. To see they ran above this bar. And again, don't matter whether it's green bar, red bar. Ran above the bar, didn't want to close above this threshold. That's bad. So they came back down. Now let's see what that looks like. You can look down into the 1 second and even the 15-second. When they hit these zones, you can see what the response will be. All right, so now they got 7. So now they got 7 down. Let's measure that and see exactly where they're going. As you notice, I'm not doing a whole lot of left. I don't got to go looking over there. There's nothing over there for me. If what's happening in real time, I'm unable to make sense of it. I want to make sure that I tell you that. And you need to be the same. There's no reason to go looking left if what's happening in real time, you cannot make sense of it, because what's happening in real time will inevitably show up on the left side of the screen, and it will become historical data. All right, so we got to be able to read real time. This is the center of this trend. All right, so give or take. All right, give or take. I'm just trying to mark this. I don't like that bottom. I believe they can get through it for various different reasons, but one just being just really evident to me. They took out the mid of the turn. Let's just go with that. All right, let's just go with something so simple. All right, they took out the mid of the turn. They can get right through that. All right, it's really simple. Really, really simple here. Did they? Let me see. Hold on. Get this. Move this out the way. We're gonna look at that in a second. No, they actually held that little bar, that little red bar. They actually held it. Wow. They actually held the mid of this. Oh, that's interesting. All right. Well, needless to say, it's something else that's going on down there. I can't tell you that, but it's something else going on down there that I'm too much careful, and I think they can get through it. But can they stay up? Yes, they can stay up. They can stay up and not go back through there. That's why you got to listen to what they're saying to you. Now, let's get that projection from that trend, and let's look as to how far it can go. And again, I won't be before you long. This is, again, just a video all about timing. We're going to talk a little bit more about that, and then I will go. Now, if they were going to go down, this is where they're going to head. This is what it's saying. I don't know if they'll do it, but I'm going to just put this here, and we're going to completely pick apart what it is that they're doing currently. All right, so right now they're trading beneath the close. The momentum is not on your side until they can get back above the close. This is a risk trade. So if you're looking for risk, that makes sense. When they dive into that threshold, you don't want them closing beneath that lower level there. You don't want them closing beneath it. That's not good. And that's why I told you the momentum is not on your side. If the momentum, well, if the market is on this side of the close, let's just think logically, just from a logical perspective. Let's just think if they're operating, I'll just leave that there. If they're operating on this side of the close, now you just got to think of it in this terms right here. If the market was going to go up and close higher, well, they got to be above that close, right? It's just that simple. Be above that close. So if you're looking for the momentum to kick in for your trade, make sure they're heading back across that close. Once they do that, you don't want to see them come back this way more than 30 ticks. And that's just in my opinion. And you can take that and do whatever you want with that information. But I'm just telling you, I've been doing this for just a while. And I think that that's important. That's all, that they should not be coming no more than about 30 ticks into that bar. It's just bad. So now there's the threshold here. Let's see if they'll reach into it, create the wick. Now this is a wick zone. Yeah, let me get this out the way so you can read what's happening to the downside. This right here is a threshold for your wick. You need them back beneath this close to catch the momentum to the downside. Right now, the momentum is not in your favor to go down. It's just not. Once it comes back across the close, you're taking the trade, and you don't want them back up here 30 ticks. You just don't want that. All right. So if they come back above this close more than 30 ticks, yes, they can go higher. It's just that simple. All right. Want to make sure that you understand that. It's not complicated. It's not. What's reasonable for the target? Let's do this. Same thing with that bar. If it didn't happen on that one, it can happen on this one. You don't. What's reasonable is that. Okay, so let's go with the close. You would have took it right outside that close. You're aiming down for 30 for this target. You don't want them back above here 30 ticks, back above that close. So let's say that close. You don't want them back above that close 30 ticks. So then you can look in here if you want. If you want to look at the 15-second, this is a 15-second. I have the same information on this 1 minute. It's just slower. You can look over here if you want it. Again, it's not calculating any kind of support and resistance, no oscillators. It's not calculating any of that stuff. And I coded all of this. All right, coded all of this and these colored bars, levels, and all that stuff. Same thing here. So you want them to take back off and come down here and hit this target. That's reasonable. Don't have a target that's like 100, 200 ticks down the board and you're trying to take an entry right here. Don't do that. They can rotate and come back and get you. And I'm trying to give you an idea of what the rotation can look like. So when they begin to reach back into your bar, I want to tell you how far is far enough. All right. So far enough is don't come get my stop. Okay. And I want to show you what that looks like. There's the target right there. So they hit it. And again, like I said, you can look in here if you see them trapping that aggressive buying, aggressive selling came in, trapping the aggressive, a whole lot of aggressive buying right into this high. Bam, turned around, came right under there, used it for resistance, if you will, if you want to go from that aspect. I just know this activity is in here is important. They went right through that aggressive buying, Now, the sooner, now here's the thing I will tell you, the sooner it shows up, the better. Okay, so the closer this aggressive buying, well, with my tools, the closer that it is on the turn, the better the chances of you possibly getting it to work. I know they didn't want to go up here because they just don't want to. You had a lot of red in here, and these guys pulled right into that and fell down. They're coming off this low. You don't see them really active as of yet. Can they absorb this selling that's trying to come into this? Can they do that and go back up? Can they do that? All right. So I told you I don't like this bottom, and I don't like it. Can they get back down? Sure, they can. This is a threshold that I put on the daily for today. So if you want to know your bias, here's that level that they were trading above here. And coincidentally enough, here you go. They move right into that upper threshold and they fail. Okay, so they fail. All right, and they fail. And there's that daily activity there. So tomorrow, I'm gonna tell you what tomorrow should look like. All right, so this is what tomorrow will be. So all of your bias that you're looking for. Okay, so you can start tomorrow 8:30. So 8:30, that's right here. You don't have to wait until tomorrow. You can start that today. 8:30. So as they're climbing up here, you in some regard, you know they don't supposed to close back above here tomorrow. Tomorrow, you can know today what should happen tomorrow. I told you guys that kind of earlier when I started the channel. I can give you an idea where price should close by the end of the day. And it's important that you know that. And all you have to do is be right more than 50% of the time. And so I can tell you, even with the 1 minute bars, that's why I showed you the monthly. I showed you the monthly. I sent the email out on the 31st and I said April will be bearish. Told you back in August, they'll get up to the 18.5. And I told you they'll turn down at the 14.5. I can tell you with a high degree of accuracy, and it don't have to be 100% of the time, but I can tell you with a high degree of accuracy where price will close at, where it will close, even while it's pushing against the position, while it's running in the opposite direction that you don't want it to go in. That's how you can know, hey, you done went too far and it's time for me to cut it. That's mostly the problem with traders. They don't know when to let go. You have to get out of the trade. Get out of the trade. When it's telling you to get out, some really interesting information, and I'm never going to tell the public that publicly like this. I would never tell them that, but I am trying to give you some useful information that you can build on, and you take what I'm telling you from there. You should be able to sustain your journey with trading until you can figure out the other stuff. You should be able to. I'm trying to provide you some robust information that can get you the time that you need to figure it out. There's just a little bit of information out there that's okay. It's not a lot of it. I didn't look around. There's not a lot of information out online. These are wick zones. All right. This one even gave you a wick. There's not a lot of information online that's going to express to you what's relative across the board. Okay, so this is a universal entry approach. Universal. Wait until it comes back across the close. Universal threshold. Universal concepts is all I teach. Okay, that's all I know to teach. I don't teach regurgitated information from some other trader. I don't have some simplified version of someone else's stuff. I don't do that. I don't have time for that. Okay, I've been doing this for many years. I don't have time for that. That's foolishness. The market is doing the same thing over and over and over again, and you need to listen to what that is. Really important that you know that. All right. So it's the real time that's stopping us out. The real time. No need to look historical. That's not going to help you. You need to know in real time what is likely. If they're trading beneath the close, this is the rule that I want you to take with you now. Trading below that close, they can go with momentum. That's momentum. So you don't buy that. I know a lot of people want to buy this while it's coming down. Don't do that. Don't do that. That can get you in trouble. If you want to see this aggressive selling, you see this? You see that's aggressive selling in this activity here. Don't do that. You can get yourself in trouble. I don't want you to do that. All right. So try to be mindful that these guys are serious about returns. And so there's no sectioning off. I told you this before. You don't join this and then all of a sudden you get to go off with the beginners and intermediates and all professionals. We're off in the corner somewhere taking trades and we won't bother you. That's not how it works. When you come into this field, there's no progressional stance on this. So you don't get to just work your way into being a professional. I'm trying to give you some information so you can so you can actually get the time to. But while doing this, I want you to be aware that there's professionals in this field the moment you come into it. And yeah, I can assure you they'll take your money. They'll take your money and won't look back at all. And so I want to make sure that you can in some degree stay out of the way. Just stay out of their way. Don't let them do that to you. All right. Don't let them do that to you. Come back across the close. What's reasonable? Please hurry up and come back across that close and don't go back up there. Don't go back up there 30 ticks. Now, can they still go back up there 30 ticks? Yes, they can. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. If they can just stay from up here 30 ticks and turn back around, this is what you're expecting them to do. This bar is increasing in size. That's about 12 ticks. 17 ticks in total. 17 ticks in total back in this direction. Come back across that close. You don't want to see them do 30 in this direction. Can it do 32, 35? Yes, it can do all of that. Again, read the market in real time. I'm just giving you a threshold. This is a universal threshold and a universal entry on how to take momentum trades. Risk trades is based on how far it travels in the bar, where it needs to turn around before it becomes a complete problem for you. All right. And again, you can do the deduction as to what the ratio is here that I'm showing you. It's not Fibonacci. I don't do that. I want to make sure that you understand that. The mid is sitting in the middle and you can go from there. All right. Really, really simple stuff. I'm going to try to give this to you for about another 3 or 4 bars. Well, let me give it to you until they get here. All right. So there's the wick zone. They didn't really do 30 on this one. It's $120 in that bar. They really didn't do 30. So yes, it should be turning back around beneath the close. Pick up speed. Don't go for any kind of target that's like excessive. Don't do that. Go for what the market is absolutely telling you. What is it telling you it can do? Well, there it is. Really simple stuff. All right, so it made it there. All right, so that's let me put that back there. I shouldn't have took that off so you'll know it went that far. So here, That's my time with you. I want to give you some information. I'm going to try to get back up here and give you two more videos in real time doing exactly what I just showed you. All right. In real time, hard right edge, real time. That's important because that's what's stopping us all out, not looking left. Now, if you're going to look left, you can watch the other videos. Use that principle of majority when you're going to look left. Just make sure you use that because that's significant, really significant that you utilize that information while looking left. The market is aggressive. All right. It's aggressive. And again, look at the environment that we're in. Okay. I've been trading for a very, very long time. And now I can show you all kind of universal techniques, just simple things about how price move. And that's how I code my indicators. That's how I do it. I try to code what I know is important to these guys. And that's important, really important. Universal stuff going to always show up. It's never going to stop. It's always going to show up. I told you I didn't like that bottom and they should come back. What we don't want them to do, if they're going to go up, which I don't think they're going up. I told people they can even go lower. They can. They have a downtrend. Let me make sure I tell you that. They have a downtrend on this daily. They're operating roughly right in the middle of it, right still beneath the middle of it. So we can turn around and go down. Now, if they break this, that's just all bets off, man. They're really going to probably head down to this right here. I thought that this was a pretty decent area right here for this lift. I get the response. There's the response. The problem is, will they hold it? All right. So will they hold it? That's the next thing you're going to want to see. If not, yeah, we're going to definitely take that dive. And I believe they can absolutely get at least to that 16.5. Yes, I absolutely believe that that's possible. Don't get in these guys' way. That's the most important thing that I want to tell you. Don't get in these guys' way. All right. So timing the market, you can use whatever you want to use. Again, these are my tools. This is what I've coded. And as you can see, somewhat effective if you blend together what I'm telling you about the bar. So when they get into the bar, when they pull into the bar, threshold right here, they pull into the bar, I can look at my timing tools and know, hey, pull the trigger now. They're actually becoming aggressive on the sell side. And they're becoming aggressive on it. Pull it now, right now. They're pulling. They're about to take off. They should just take right off. See, like right here, they're becoming aggressive. Now, will they absorb it and try to jump above it and come back up here? Will they, or are they going to just try to crash back down? Now, if I'm telling you, when they head back outside the close, they shouldn't be coming this way no more than about 30 ticks. I'm gonna tell you this. I don't think they should come this way no more than 25. You can go and do whatever analysis you want to do with it and see what you come up with, but this is just me giving you my honest assessment of how to trade. It's simple. It's not complicated. Don't make it that way. Don't make it that way. You can look on this side. It does the same thing. Even on this side, everything I'm showing you about this threshold, okay, when the bar finished, it don't need to do something excessive. It's like a pendulum, left to right. Okay, well, this is up and down experience, but it's still momentum. It's still physics. So it don't need to go but so far before you see the next move happen. It needs to hurry up and push. Hurry up and push. Okay, that's what you're going to want to try to find whenever you're taking trades, and it absolutely works at 9:30. It works at news. It works all the time. I'll try to get you a 9:30 and some news. I'll do my best to get you that in the next 3 videos. And if the support is there, let me know whether or not you care for the information or not. It would be nice to let other people know. Hit the like button. Let other people know that you find the information useful. All right. So wish you all the best with your trading. Take care.